Hello and welcome to your in-depth weekly horoscope forecast for week commencing the 16th of December. This is for the Sun or the Ascendant. If you've yet to subscribe to my channel, I'd be honoured if you did so now. Please click or tap on the bell notification symbol on the desktop version of YouTube. As this week begins, the wonderful combination between Uranus and Jupiter continues. This can create some real surprise events, things that are quite random, particularly as both are located in earth signs. What changes or switches or is revealed can actually have some kind of tangible benefit to us all. Also, Mars, the planet of action in the sign of Scorpio, which it governs, is in a fine link with both Saturn and Pluto. If you're a business-like person, this is certainly not too late in the year to achieve something of real substance. So if you have a clear plan, you can execute it with drive and also passion. It is true that in the second half of this week, Mercury is in a right angle with Neptune. This is a bit more tricky. So if there is something that you're trying to assimilate that is more factually based, don't rush. Someone could tell you something that's exaggerated or not quite true. So if you're buying anything, particularly a late Christmas gift, then do proceed with a little bit of caution. Now, Thursday sees a quarter moon in the sign of Cancer. And this just suggests that as we're trying to spin all the different plates that this time of year often demands, that we do prioritise on the things that are most important. Friday, though, has a lovely convivial vibe as Venus, the planet of love and also of relating, moves into the friendly and democratic but sociable sign of Aquarius, a perfect transit for the seasonal festivities. Yet as the week draws to a close, we do have the winter solstice, which occurs on Sunday at 4:19 a.m. in the UK. Just after that, the Sun makes its way into the sign of Capricorn, and it too is going to be reaching out in a positive angle with Uranus. So as we come to the end of this week, there's still that chance that something can just break or happen in a way that we're not expecting. Uranus is very much about surprises, but it's also about freedom and independence. And with Jupiter, the planet of plenty, now in the sign of Capricorn, which is a much more business-like location for Jupiter, and of course it's technically in its fall, we must remember that Jupiter is also about justice. And I think it's entirely possible that the continuing alliance between Saturn and Pluto and Jupiter moving in, along with the Sun later this week, into the sign of Capricorn, can see some revelations that are going to be quite shocking, but also going to bring into the open some serious misdemeanors by people who up until now would have considered to be people of substance and beyond reproach. Your specific forecast, Libra, shows that with Jupiter now enriching the part of your situation to do with home and the family and the more emotional side of your situation, but linking brilliantly with Uranus, the planet of innovation, which is in your sector of the 8th house, which is what you share closely with others. If you are doing something more imaginative around your finances, looking at different ways in which you can use the assets that you have, it wouldn't be a surprise. Then again, some Librans may simply decide to work from home with this particular aspect and could be very entrepreneurial with it. Now, of course, this is the time of the year when the Sun moves into the sign of Capricorn, where Jupiter's moved into for its year's occupation. And that happens on Sunday this week. And of course, we have the winter solstice. So this is a time when you can yearn for a little bit more quietness and peace and tranquility. But with Mars in your sector of resources, forging a very solid link with both Saturn and Pluto, And Saturn, of course, has been something of a mischief maker over the last couple of years, and perhaps particularly over the last 6 months, around the kind of interactions you have with the closest people, or even how you feel about yourself. This can be an opportunity to feel much better, to put something in place that's more constructive. The only challenge this week, I feel, is the fact that Mercury, although it's in a much brighter and more vibrant part of your scope, is clashing with Neptune. And if you are discussing anything with anyone about a shift, a commitment, an obligation, just be aware that someone could tell you something that's not true, either in a mistaken way, or it could be that you could encounter someone who is a bit tricky and dishonest. So just bear that in mind. It's been a real pleasure being with you. If you'd like to go beyond your zodiac sign and discover what 2020 will hold for you based on your personal birth data of time, date and place of birth, please see the link beneath this video. You can get the rest of this year free and 30% off. But for now, good luck and goodbye.